Major manhunt and woman hunt is underway in Arkansas after a husband and wife were murdered while hiking with their two young daughters. So Arkansas State Police say Kristen and Clinton Brink, both in their 40s, were murdered Saturday afternoon while hiking at Devil's Den State Park. Police say their 7- and 9-year-old daughters were with them. They were not hurt, but they saw it all happen. They're safe with family members. They have not yet disclosed how the victims were killed. Police say the suspect is a male. Last seen wearing a dark ball cap, that doesn't give you much, sunglasses, and for some reason he had on fingerless gloves. They say he may be driving a black sedan. They think it is a Mazda.
7-Eleven now, 3 people are dead after a train derailed in southern Germany. Police say it happened, about 100 people essentially were on board when it happened. At least 2 carriages derailed around 6:10 yesterday evening. It's still unclear this morning how many total were injured outside of those 2 cars, but police are still investigating. And they have a deal. The U.S. and the European Union have reached an agreement that promises to avert an all-out trade war.
Well, that's certainly good news. The markets are already reacting overnight. I noticed those overseas. Hi, Doug Luzader. So they were staring down the barrel of a 30% tariff, and what'd they settle on?
Yeah, so they settled on 15, which obviously is a lot better than 30, but it is higher than we have right now. Still, both sides are walking away, saying this was a victory, but not much time to spare ahead of that Friday deadline.
So we have good news. We've reached a deal.
They have a deal. President Trump in Scotland speaking alongside the president of the European Commission after what both sides say were dicey trade talks.
It's a good deal for everybody, I believe. And I think you were saying this is probably the biggest deal ever reached in any capacity, trade or beyond trade.
It's a huge deal.
Yeah.
With tough negotiations. I knew it at the beginning, and it was indeed very tough, but we came to good conclusions for both sides.
The deal sets relatively high across-the-board tariffs for most goods at 15%, but that's a far cry from the punishing levels that would have kicked in without a deal on Friday this week. And the potential impacts here go far beyond the markets. Critics say these tariffs will drive up inflation for U.S. consumers. But there is also a new requirement for EU nations to purchase more U.S. energy. And that could shift purchases away from Russia, which depends on that revenue to continue waging its costly war on Ukraine.
Those energy purchases, I think, are huge, both economically and geostrategically. $750 billion of energy purchases. That's enough to replace 3 full years of what they buy from Russia.
So this EU deal adds to a list of trade deals that are nearing completion. I mean, they haven't dotted all the I's and crossed the T's on this yet, but China is still the big question. U.S. and Chinese officials are set to resume trade talks today in Stockholm to see if they can hammer out a deal. Back to you guys.
All right.
All right.
China.
Here we go. Thanks,
China.
Doug.
Yep.
7:13.
Thank you.